This is Fox 26 Morning News Weekend.
Hey, good morning. Welcome to your Saturday. I'm Denise Middleton. We'll get back to our live coverage of the coronation of King Charles III and Camilla, the Queen Consort, in just a few minutes. But first, we want to keep you up to date on all the top stories this morning, including our weather, which was actually a lot cooler this morning, Lena. It was nice.
Yeah, you can thank this rain behind me for that brief dose of cooler air. Denise, not everybody saw rain. It was mostly north of I-10, but we had kind of 2 nights in a row where we were watching for the potential for strong to severe storms to form in central Texas and then seeing if they held together by the time they got in our direction. So in this case, that was true, mainly north of I-10, but also in and around the loop around 2:30 in the morning as I was preparing for the newscast. A couple of rumbles of thunder as well. A lot of thunder and lightning with this. It is now east of us into Louisiana, and we did have 1 severe thunderstorm warning out of it in Liberty County. So here's that rain cooled air in the 60s. You can see from where it did rain, where it didn't. Well, still waking up on the muggy side of things, 70 plus, but it's cleared out the sky, so we don't have a lot of cloud cover out there right now. That'll fluctuate throughout the course of the day. It's going to be another steamy one in the upper 80s and near 90, but mostly dry for your Saturday. Just take it easy with the heat, Denise.
All right, Lena, thank you. Will do. Well, a chemical plant fire in Deer Park is now under control. This is video of the blaze at the Shell Deer Park chemical plant along Highway 225 and East Beltway. That fire started just before 3 on Friday after a heat exchange between 2 heavy gas oils as workers were conducting maintenance on a unit. That's when a leak ignited shortly after. No explosion ever occurred at the plant. We're told 9 people were taken to a hospital for precautionary reasons, but have since been released.
It's not anything directly related to the fire, just mainly the heat and responding and again, just the heat and the equipment and everything.
Well, air monitoring is ongoing and no harmful levels of chemicals have been detected. There is currently no danger to the nearby community. The cause of the fire is under investigation. And now for a look at what's developing this morning. A teenager was shot and killed at a graduation party in Northwest Harris County. It happened just after 1:30 this morning on Majestic Brook Drive. Deputies say they believe an altercation led to the shooting and that they are working to identify the suspect. If you have any information, please call Crime Stoppers. That number 713-222-TIPS. All right, some residents along I-45 North say they are living in deplorable conditions and feel like they've been forgotten. Fox 26's Dominique Keith spoke to them in Greens Point.
It's devastating. I'm trying not to cry.
In addition to what residents here at the Royal Phoenician apartment say is an infestation of roaches.
We're constantly waking up and having to, I hit myself a few times because there's something crawling on my face.
Some say there are also so many leaks they've lost count.
Well, that's 1, 2, it's 3. I think about 5 or 6 because it leaks over here too.
And they say the water, even running from electrical plugs, is leading to mold growing in walls and ceilings, leading to repeated respiratory infections.
You can't hardly breathe for one thing in this place.
It's very demeaning. It makes me feel that because I live in Greens Point, I'm not worth the help. You know, my health isn't worth anything.
When I leave and go to somebody else's house, I don't breathe like I breathe in here.
Residents say they're told to submit work orders to report issues.
I've put in at least 50.
50 work orders?
At least 50.
You started putting in a work order, but they're not coming. You get what I'm saying? They are just not coming.
Brenda Ballard says the disposal side of her kitchen sink has been backed up for months. It's now filled with roaches and rotting food.
Look at this.
And inside her apartment, she's constantly swatting gnats.
Yeah, you have to.
I want to leave, but I can't. I can't afford to go anywhere.
Rockwell Management, which owns the Royal Phoenician Apartments, tell me they were not aware of the deplorable conditions, and they immediately sent out repairmen and exterminators to fix every problem here. Now, Houston residents who live in apartments, if you're experiencing any potential health hazards or mold, you are encouraged to call in those concerns to 311, and the health department will investigate. In Greens Point, I'm Dominique Keith, Fox 26 News.
Well, today, Houston ISD is hosting a campus hiring event ahead of the next school year. The district is looking to hire teachers, nurses, counselors, assistant principals, and several other positions. The event is happening this morning from 9 to 12 at the Del Mar Fieldhouse on Magnum Road. If you are interested, you're asked to register before the event online at houstonisd.org. In news across the state this morning, the Texas House sent Senate Bill 14 back into committee Friday afternoon. The bill that would prohibit certain gender-related procedures and treatments for children under 18 was delayed multiple times by point-of-order discussions. SB 14 returns to a divided committee, having originally made it out earlier this week with a vote of 6-5. Meanwhile, there was a lot of debate on the floor of the Texas House Friday about Second Amendment rights and local control. House Bill 3137 would prevent local government from requiring gun owners to license their firearms or pay liability insurance. The bill passed on an 84-58 vote and now moves to the Texas Senate. May is Mental Health Awareness Month. The CDC estimates about 50 million Americans are currently living with a mental illness. I got a chance to speak with a woman who's working to get Houstonians dealing with the crisis the help they need.
So in a month, I can see anywhere between 200 and 500 people.
Nicole Milton is dedicated to providing awareness, education, and resources for mental health issues throughout the Houston area. But during COVID, she experienced trauma of her own when her mom had a health scare and needed to be hospitalized.
It was like my brain was scattered. I didn't know what to do, what to think.
At the time, Milton admits she wasn't sure how she'd get through it.
So what I had to rely on was my community, my family, my friends to guide me through this process and let me know that I was going to be okay.
Trauma is among some of the most common mental health conditions, along with depression and anxiety. All three make up 30% of diagnoses of mental illness in America, according to the CDC. The agency estimates about 1 in every 5 Americans is currently living with a mental illness. That's more than 50 million people.
We all get anxiety, but when we start to notice that it's impacting our daily life, like our thoughts are racing all the time, we're not able to do our daily life functions, that's when we know. Depression, usually that's when you see people start to do like an isolation. I'm not participating in any of the activities or things that I used to do.
There's also high-functioning mental illness that may be hard to detect, which is why recognizing the symptoms is key.
You know, their sleep patterns are off, and so they're kind of sluggish, or they're constantly needing coffee, or they're always tired and fatigued, and that makes them irritable, snappy.
Race, gender, and ethnicity may also play a role in mental health.
As we're seeing the largest number of people that are diagnosed are white men. They also are the largest part of the population, but we're seeing a rise in our Black and brown youth, having more suicidal ideation, experiencing anxiety and depression at higher rates.
But with the right treatment, people can overcome their challenges.
If you're starting to kind of be concerned about your mental health, the sooner you address it, the better, so that you have the tools to, help yourself get back on the right track.
But with the right treatment, people can overcome their challenges. Well, experts say the best thing to do is to find outlets that are helpful for you, whether that's therapy, journaling, or talking to a trusted friend, family member, or coach. Now, you can take out your phone and scan this QR code here. It's going to take you right to our mental health page on our website, fox26houston.com. There you can find all kinds of resources for mental health issues. All right, meteorologist Lena Maria is back with another look at our steamy forecast. I mean, today's a good day to head to the pool, Lena, that's for sure.
Head to the pool, stay in the AC. Yeah,
do
man.
what you can.
I don't know. your choice, I guess, on how you stay cool. Eat some ice cream, grab a slushie. Hottest day of the year so far. We didn't bust any records, surprisingly, but not that far off. 92 at Bush and Continental, and Hobby record was 94. And by the way, those records have been in place since the early 1900s. The record along the coastline in Galveston is 87, so missed that one by about a handful of degrees. But our normal high for this time of year is 84. It's our second 90-degree day at Bush and Continental. First at Hobby. Galveston hasn't hit 90 since September of last year. And it is a little bit early in the season for 92-degree heat. We do normally hit our first 90-degree day by now. So right on time for that, and should have about a handful more of those as we make our way through May. A steamy weekend, but the good news is rain chances are going to stay on the lower side of things. Again, heat indices, though, closer to 100. Those feels like values. So if you are spending time outside today with the humidity, just take it easy, stay hydrated, take breaks if you can. Higher rain chances will arrive towards the tail end of next week, but for today and tomorrow, only at about a 10 to 20% shot. I think most of the rest of today is dry. We'll see a decrease in clouds in the afternoon with a good dose of sunshine. It's also going to be breezy out of the south both days at about 10 to 20 miles an hour. So factor that in to your outdoor plans. Although we have quite a bit of rain to work through over the next 5 days, as mentioned, not much over the weekend. This blob is that batch of storms that push through in the overnight hours, and then about a 10% shot of an isolated shower storm during the day, 20% overnight into Monday, and then notice much more coverage of showers and storms, especially as we make our way towards the middle of next week. So that's kind of the time frame to watch. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday will peak at about 40 to 50%. Aside from that, not much changes with the temperatures on the thermometer, or the forecast will be mostly cloudy and humid when it's not raining.
All right, Lena, thank you. Happening now, the coronation of King Charles III. He has officially received his crown. Here's a live look of London, where tens of thousands of people are in attendance for the ceremony there. Fox 26 will have live coverage of the coronation all morning long at fox26houston.com. We'll be back in an hour with another update of your news and weather. See you at 7.
Fox 26 mornings are a must-watch.
It's gonna be nice.
May the 4th be with you.
My co-anchor over here.
But if you miss a little,
Oh, there's Lena.
you'll miss a lot.
This is Sweetie the unicorn.
These are the things that keep me up at night.
Yeah.
Fox 26 mornings, weekdays beginning at 4 a.m.
Fox 26 News at 9 p.m.
The U.S. military is reviewing its...
The News Edge at 10.
Good evening, I'm Caroline Collins, topping the rundown tonight.
2 big shows back to back.
A big line of storms could pop up.
Weeknights starting at 9.
The gunfire erupted a little bit before...
Only on Fox 26.
On the next edition of What's Your Point? Do you feel safer? Houston's top cop says the number of people murdered in the Bayou City has substantially fallen over the past year, along with the violent crime rate.
You look at the numbers and the truth speaks. People are coming together. We're safer than we were last year, and we're never satisfied.
That critical topic plus, the Cleveland mass killer caught. How did a serial deportee gain access to a powerful semi-automatic rifle? Federal troops headed to the border ahead of yet another surge of uninvited immigrants. And the Texas Senate votes to repeat Harris County elections if polls run out of ballots again. I can guarantee a spirited conversation with the Watch Your Point crew, 7 to 8 a.m. Sunday. Hope you'll join our conversation.